1, 2, 3, 4. Making sure the audio is working. Yes, 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 indeed. Okay, hi
Humana, humana,
everybody.
humana.
Finally, another Genesis episode. God damn.
Oh my god.
Take it away,
We've had a
Matt.
really rough recording schedule. All right, okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. All right. It's actually not been too long since the last one, now that I think about it. I think it's only been 2 weeks, which, considering the longest break we had was 2 months, I'll take it. Now, as I had mentioned, I think that this session may be a little longer, but due to the time that we're starting, I'm probably going to have to cut it midway, which is totally fine. But as a quick recap for everybody, first off, thanks for coming. Second off, the recap will begin now because I had to look at my notes. Here we go. Okay, so last session, it was actually a pretty short one in terms of things that happened. In particular, Vod's character, whose name is
Ishin.
Ishin. There we go. I almost said Gaijin, and I'm like, that's not correct.
Gaijin.
Vod's
I know.
character, Ishin, arrived on the scene, a mysterious bug man standing in the way of a metal monstrosity, which he was intended to square up with. Though Valjean was at the helm and has a penchant for running people over, this time he actually used his eyes and stopped. So the car remained uncut in half, and Valjean remained down one less body count under the wheels of his vehicle. After a quick conversation, and Ishin explaining that his pure motives were, I want to fight, punch, punch, he joined the party. And what then would have become a let's go back and get our introductions and then start up on the next project turned into the area which you have all been privy to the past couple of weeks, as it's been. Actually, although I think about it, it's probably been a week and a half since the campaign properly started, all things considered. You guys have been non-stop working on shit. It has been occupied by a group called Sublight. And Sublight, at least from your initial interactions with them, were very heavy-handed, opportunistic bandit lords who came in to claim their new territory. Now, while there was about to be an outburst with Dimian spiking one of them, while there were heavily armed men, I can't say heavily armed, but armed men floating around the car, it was all calmed down with their lieutenant, at least, Jesse, stepping up, calling the man who instigated an idiot, apologizing, and inviting you to come and talk with them once you had things settled up. Later, you then arrived, found yourself with our dear Genevieve once again, and Donnie in tow, chatting up with the three lemon kids, as they've been so affectionately called, down in the basement with the laboratory going. They talked a little bit, they gathered some information, and most importantly, they began work on the core of the King Unit robot, which you all cut down in the previous session after a pretty strenuous boss fight, trying to figure out a little bit more about what the fuck is going on with this thing, and more importantly, why the fuck it has a Pillar Knight crystal in it that has been fractured. So, with that going, that was actually where we cut off. Aside from Valjean agreeing to allow Primrose and Ishin the ability to use his hyperbolic time chamber-esque powers to have a duel, you all had arrived back. Things are a little bit calm right now, so technically we're in a little bit of downtime. Now, there's some personal projects that I know that some of you all have, like tending to the trees and checking in on people and whatnot. But you did get an offer to speak with the leader of the Sublight Bandits. That again is just an outstanding thing. No timeline, but Genevieve did note that, or rather, Donnie did note that they seemed panicked about something, and while he was messing with them and scrambling their comms a little bit, just by jumping in and occasionally giving wrong directions, keeping them off their trail, that they sounded panicked and they were running away from something. What? You don't know. But, as Dimian had put it last session, if they're running away from something, it could be following them, and if it follows them, it could be following them right here. That is where we left off. And In fact, I believe we left off with you all basically climbing out of the laboratory from the sewers, which is to where I will turn it over to you guys to decide what the first course of action is. I can take a breath.
Well, people are being chased and they're heading toward us, so we should meet them in the middle, right?
Yeah, I would
So to-
say so.
To clarify that, the bandits that have taken up occupation are already here. So if they're running from something, it's probably, if it's chasing them, it's probably already on the way. But you don't really know from what direction they came from, what the fuck it was, if it's even following them to begin with. So there's not too much information to really say, let's go meet it in the middle, because that could be anywhere.
Okay.
Do we know if Donnie has like any security cameras set up around the base outside of it on the street, or does Reach just not go that far?
So security cameras, not really. They've really honestly been keeping to themselves in the basement. It really honestly wasn't even the intention to have people move in above ground because they were content staying below ground. So
Yeah.
no, there's really no, at least current intentions of, well, for lack of a better term, fortifying and their security systems. They want to keep a low profile.
Right. Well, whatever it is, if it's not here yet, we want to prevent it from getting as close as it can. Ideally, prevent it from getting here. So maybe the plan is to scout out outside of the base, maybe somewhere up high on like rooftops or something. We can kind of split up, keep in communication with each other, and see if we see anything coming towards the base.
Okay.
That sounds like an idea for me. By all means,
Good
you're
idea,
welcome.
Primrose.
It does, yeah.
Yes, I said that in character.
Meanwhile, in the
All good.
corner, while they're discussing the strategies, is Dimian with a mixing bowl.
Mixing
Oh.
what?
Yeah,
Are you
mixing.
making the chocolate?
It's finished fermenting. He's just going at it rough, like really with zest with a spoon.
With
She's gonna
zest.
stare. Primrose stares at the bowl.
Mhm.
Such magic. Incredible.
Okay, then Doku is going to walk into the lab, to his birthplace, duck in under a table, and then come out with a shotgun.
What? First off,
He did raid an
Why-
armor.
you did raid an armory, actually. I was about to
Right.
say, where did you get that? But I actually have an answer for that.
We are now
Yeah.
a fully armed rebellion.
Yeah.
Well,
Cock.
A partially armed rebellion. Remember, Valjean didn't steal everything, which is why it fucking blew up.
True.
He only stole about half of it before all the guards came in, and he went, well, I see no other solution to this, and just bombed the place.
Are we just gonna let Doku have a shotgun?
This is my home I'm defending. My turf.
That's fair. Do you know proper firearm etiquette?
Of course I do.
I'm going
Not.
to wager he doesn't.
Okay, show us your fight. Okay, show
No,
us your
not
shooting
in here.
stance.
Not in here. Just Doku. What is
Unload the
first
shotgun
rule?
first, at least.
Be specific
Okay,
with your
so I
wording.
put so I open it up on this end, right? And I put the really pretty deer ones in the holes and I close it till it clicks. And then I look at the little thing at the bottom and then click it off. And then I aim at Primrose.
No, you already failed the test, Doku. The first rule is to not aim at something you don't intend to shoot at.
But I intended to shoot.
You intended to shoot me?
You live.
I'll
had
get
worse.
hurt.
Unload the shot. Unload the weapon.
I
I'm
also
gonna
got
look at-
shot once. It's not that bad.
I'm taking one look at Doku and I'm going, the only thing, two things are stopping me from scrambling and ripping that out of your hand. One, If I do so, you might pull the trigger by accident and blow somebody's chest open. Second, this is only the second most self-destructive thing you've done this week.
Yeah,
I know.
I would say
Mr.
for you
Helicopter
in
Surfer.
particular, yeah. If you want, we could, or by we I mean myself, as I have training, can give you firearm classes. Until then, I'd say stick to your darts.
I could do that as well. I think it would be best if we did that. One of us did that at least. I was in the sniper corps, which
Even better.
What do you call it? I have firearms training, and I specialize in using long distance rifles. I don't know if you were better with shotguns.
Sniper Corps, eh?
It was not exactly a time I was proud of. My group's particular designation was for, ironically, discarding and getting rid of knights that went rogue. Not something I was proud of.
Well, it's in the past. Right now, though.
It's part of the reason why I ditched the guns and I went for the wood.
Yeah.
Well, first, coming from a former,
Oof.
well, somewhat former service member as well, appreciate your service. I was in special forces myself for a time, combat engineer.
Really? Oh, you were a sapper then.
Oh.
Something of the sort, yeah. But then I found my calling in the sciences more particularly, and that's how I ended up in the little underground science project of ours.
Yeah, I would have said that that was a good move since there's literally only there's very little upward mobility in the Irisian military. The glass ceiling is made out of concrete. Going
But then how do you...
branching into advanced sciences is probably better for your career, except when there's other people perched at the top ready to kick you back down.
We
More-
Can we
A
forget
feeling
about the
that I and
military
others
first?
know too well.
Sorry, was that the
Can we forget about the military for a second and think
Yes,
about
good
the...
question. Yes, good point.
Oh, you're right. I was
Yeah.
making chocolate.
The mission at hand.
It just
You're
goes
making
back-
chocolate,
It goes back to
and we're...
it goes back to grinding down the cocoa beans.
Maybe we leave the chocolate for later,
Oh, I'm just doing
and
this
right
step
now
and then
head
leave it.
to.
I'm just finishing this step up before we leave.
Okay,
I'm gonna.
can I have some?
When it's finished, it tastes like poop right now. So don't.
Like-
I'll still eat it.
Don't do
Patience.
that. Can I look for, since we raided the armory, can I get a pistol for myself?
Want the
There were
shotgun?
night issue. Well, do you want the shotgun?
No, a pistol.
Yeah, we
a
never.
small arm.
So yeah, to be fair, we never really went over exactly everything you had. I believe Valjean, I did send a thing for, but yeah, there actually is specific night weaponry that was in the armory itself. Though it was a little
Oh.
belabored to be seen, there was a pair of pistols actually that were Lucian, the night you encountered at the observatory's sidearms, that he never got a chance to get because you blew it up. So, well, rather you robbed it and then blew it up. And the night issue hand cannons are pretty strong, for being small arms, but they pack a bit of a punch. So yeah, there is some that would probably fit best for you. In fact, I believe Dimian grabbed one when he was in the
hand
armory.
cannons? Yeah, I grabbed one of those.
Yeah, Dimian grabbed a hand cannon, yeah, because he was in there. I believe there were actually several. So yeah, you could probably grab
That was
one
one
of
of the
those.
things that worried us the most, is because those literally can only be wielded by knights.
Yeah.
I'll-
Just
I'll take that then.
okay, there you
Does
go.
it require? Does it use bullets?
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, just before we continue, Super Cat Punch has dropped off by.
Oh, yay! You know what I was
Nice.
just thinking about.
But I've
Has been.
recently visited one her stream when I got the opportunity again. So
That's
good to
good.
have
I'm
you
glad
back.
to see
Thanks
that.
for dropping by.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Please,
I'm
please.
happy Rin's still going. Yeah, absolutely. It
It's
makes me
always good
happy.
to have Ren around.
All right. Indeed. Anyways, Where were we? Oh yeah. So don't worry too much about ammo, Prim. I could be a dick about it and be like, well, you need to count your shots. But if I'm being totally honest, 9 times out of 10, people forget to to count their shots anyways, and it just becomes more paperwork. Don't fucking
And
worry about it.
In this particular
Okay.
game, like keeping track of exact numbers for resources doesn't really seem like something we're too worried about.
Yeah, no, it's the only numbers you got to worry about is your health and your stamina, and everything else is fine.
Okay. Do you at least have the stats for the firearm? Send me.
I believe Dimian has it, but if not, I will send it to you
I
soon.
don't
Yeah.
believe I ever got
Okay.
stats for it. If I did, I didn't note it down, or it was on a sheet.
There we go. Yeah. Here, then I will. Then, for lack of a better term, it's a small arms weapon. It does 10 damage.
Okay.
All right. Now, with that in mind, what is the plan? Because it sounds like half the party wants to go and to just take point and keep watch if something's following, but I didn't get response from the others.
We should probably ask them what's chasing them, because they might actually have an
That is
idea. We could prepare beforehand.
If they're willing, that is.
Well, it seemed like they specifically invited us in to speak to them. You know, olive branch and all that. So it seems like they're very interested in talking. I'd actually potentially bet money that they might ask us, seeing how immediately violent and dangerous I was upon speaking to them, to request I or all of us point that violence at whatever is chasing them. That, or they're just hoping that we don't start suddenly trying to kick them out, because it is
That
that
is-
livable, habitable spaces seems to come.
Now, if it wasn't for the call of challenge, I wouldn't bother helping them. But, yeah, I'm eager to see what is chasing them.
Mhm.
Then again, we have to be careful not to lead it back here. We'll have to do some evasive maneuvers.
Is there a map of the surrounding area? Maybe we can just like all point to the different posts we're going to take up, so we can have
Good
a
call.
nice spread of people.
And we're going to need a lay of the land first, definitely.
Yeah. Actually, Primrose is going to go ask Donnie if he has a map of the surrounding area.
Well, you wouldn't even really have to worry about that, because if you guys are downstairs still, if you haven't actually ascended the ladder, he's probably been listening, and he probably would have just wheeled one out as y'all were talking about it. It's just-
Yeah. Let's see. I
Actually,
think
if
I'll
that's the case,
take
just,
this area. Primrose
just yoink.
points to like. Oh, do you actually have a map?
Yeah, this is an area we go to quite a bit. So,
GM, I would like to download Google Maps into my brain. No, I'm kidding.
Iris
Well,
maps?
iMaps, yeah.
iMaps into my brain.
We have to be careful whenever we put I in
IMAX.
front of something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true.
I maps like EYE.
Yeah, EYE map.
There we
IMAX.
go.
Oculus? No. That's
Oculus
also
is also
copyrighted.
Yeah.
Pupil.
Occultus.
And
Anitus
Wait,
oculatus?
what?
Fuck yeah.
What?
Wait, who is this Irish fellow? Is that
That's
Donnie?
Donnie.
That's what he looks like.
Yeah. You know, I guess I never really showed it because when it came up,
I showed it a couple times on stream at least, but I don't know.
yeah, I think it showed up on stream. But
Oh.
considering most of you guys were
You know,
not watching stream, you were in the
Well,
game.
Yeah, I was in the game, but also I wasn't in the Roll20 because we didn't really have maps before,
Ah.
so I had no reason to be in the Roll20.
Yeah, that's
Is-
true.
I don't know why. I always assumed he looked exactly like Jesse McCree from Overwatch.
No, he's chubby. he's
Is
he's
it
voice
weird that I
actor.
thought is it weird that I thought he just had sideburns before?
I think when I introduced him, I mentioned that he had sideburns, but he's definitely got the beard going full now.
yeah.
And
like
also, Also, since Jun mentioned he looks like an Irish fellow, this is the only time I will invoke this. He's just like me, for real, for real.
He's just like me, for real, for real.
The let's see if I can do this properly. But anybody who actually knows it, that's a anybody that knows it, that is a picture directly from Dream Daddy. The dating sim.
Yeah.
Yes.
I knew it. That's why it's so familiar.
I think that is actually the character. It's the one character where you just get a good ending. Like there's no like way
he's
of getting
a
a
single
bad end.
father that you hook up with. And
Yeah,
actually,
like you guys are just happy together. It's really wholesome.
I forgot that Dream Daddy was a thing, so I didn't even fucking know that.
I remember. I think.
Oh, I
I think
never
the only
forgot.
person to actually recognize it was in last campaign. It was Yinf, because of course Yinf recognized it.
Yeah, no, that tracks. Well, regardless, oh, there's Cabal. So yeah, what exactly do you intend to do then? Does half the party want to go and talk while the other half just sets up just to be safe, or are we all gonna stick together on this?
So Grim, thank you for the self-care.
Thank you, Grim.
Thank you.
I think right now it would be ideal for everyone to just choose the station they want to watch over.
Am I
and
on
then
the
we
wrong?
can-
I'm on the wrong map, I think.
I may or may not need a token there.
Oh, I am
Are
a
you on the
GM.
map with-
That's why.
I need
Oh,
to make
you're a
sheet.
GM. Right. For some reason, well, no, not for some reason. Sully created this Roll20 back in the day, and it's still a GM in it.
It's okay. I'm not gonna look. But I cannot control what I see.
No,
It's too
totally
late
fine.
now. The evil seed of what
You
you've
can
done.
actually join the game as a player.
Really? Okay, I'm
Yes.
gonna do
Yeah,
that.
you
Yeah.
can
What
actually
you
join
do
in
is you
as a
click
player.
on the title of the game rather than just hitting launch game. You can, underneath launch game on the secondary screen, is join as player.
Oh yeah, well I'm just player instead.
Yeah.
Yes. There we
Really,
go.
all you'll end up seeing is the names for tokens that I have, like Thomas, no one Lemon. Like,
Also, I want to mention I'm very sad because I wanted to rank up my manifestation so I can turn invisible again, but I'm missing 1 XP.
that
oh
is
my god.
so incredibly unfortunate.
That is disgusting.
I am so... are you keeping in mind deductions for your intelligence?
Yes, actually.
Oh yeah, the sheet does that automatically.
Yes. I'm missing 1 intelligence from it.
That's really funny.
L plus skill issue.
L plus didn't count. No, I'm kidding. Oh man.
Goku literally lost brain cells before.
Oh, I can't go invisible anymore. I'm not smart enough.
Oh god.
Well, that's what happens with enough drain damage.
That's true.
I was hoping that I made a mistake in the calculation, so I math and it was
I was
correct.
hoping I fucked up, but as it turns out, I didn't, and I'm mad. The 1 XP curse, and it's not like you can just walk outside and dome somebody and get an XP. You gotta wait.
Yeah, I
Anyway.
gotta actually earn this.
Now that you mention
gotta
it, there are
earn that
those
1
sublight
XP.
guys who we're going to go talk to.
That's true.
Yes.
We shall
Hey
talk
Lynn,
the XP.
can you send me the document again for the sheet
sheet.
thing?
Matt has the link because he copied it
It's-
and made an official one.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's in the Empire's. Here, I'll just tag you in it.
Yeah.
But-
Actually, hold on, cause no, never mind. Use that.
Yeah, let me.
I know that I
clear-
adjusted Doku's for to be a little bit better, but I didn't do that for the main one. So yeah.
Yeah, I never did that, so I should probably do that real quick.
There you
As-
go.
I just want to do that
tagged you.
behind the scenes. Thank
It
you.
is
Literally
the
takes less than
version-
5 minutes.
Yeah, it is 0.6.2 is the character sheet that we're on right now. Anyways, so from what it sounds like then, Cabal, Doku, and Primrose are taking point, while it seems like Ishin, Dimian, and potentially Valen may go to talk to the sublight guys. Question mark.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Liam will help with taking point.
All right. Well, that sounds good. With that being said, then, boop. Congratulations. You're back outside. Anyways, I didn't actually add in the rest of these, and also look, these two aren't supposed to be here. Get away. There you go. With that being said, feel free to position yourselves wherever. This is the ruins above, and hello, Primrose. These are the ruins above, as you may see. But take point, position yourselves, and each of you who are taking point, I would like a perception check.
Where are we coming
So-
from?
Yeah, where's the base?
Where am I?
Why is there a school bus?
So
How
funny
did I
enough,
get here?
Making the magic
so
school bus.
I will admit, and I forgot that you guys drove a van, and for some reason, when I was grabbing pictures, thought you were driving in a short bus, and so I grabbed a picture of the magic school bus, and I was like, wait a minute,
Stupid.
they drive a van. I'm very tired. I did this at like 4 a.m, so please bear with me. From where you are, and I will mark it here actually with little X. This right here, or rather, yeah, technically it's under this dumpster, but this is the entrance to the laboratory. It's hidden literally by a dumpster.
Okay, I'm gonna set up. Primrose is gonna use one of the little cool snazzy skills she has access to now because of a very specific XP allocation, and set up on top of this roof, not roop,
Where?
by
How do I do
teleporting there.
tokens again?
Wait, what? How do you
You
grab
drag
token?
your token onto the sheet.
Yeah, just grab your character and then go
Yeah,
yoink.
drag it on.
Valen,
We're back
why
here.
are you?
What did you do?
I grabbed Valen's character, and it's this entire map. Why is your character token this map?
I don't know.
What?
Valen's character token was an entire map.
What the what?
Interesting.
I don't know. I don't know what I did.
Oh god, there was
Yeah,
an entire
default
there was an
token.
entire town inside that girl.
Oh, God.
Was
I
it
watched-
Stealth
I
Bridget
watched-
reference?
I would like to introduce my new character to everyone. They are
Back
a living
alley.
dungeon. They are a living dungeon.
Hmm.
Ugh.
No, Valen would be the type to be like a mimic that disguises themselves as a house.
Yeah, absolutely so. All metropolitan.
Okay, I think I fixed that.
Yeah, no, it
Okay.
absolutely is fixed.
I'll change this.
A boop. Oh my god, now you're a giant goop monster. What? Why are you so big?
What the
Why is
hell?
Why? Why did you do that?
Hell?
Julian, why did you do that?
I don't know what I'm doing.
Valen melted.
What in the hell?
I don't know how to do this.
We're gonna need to make you a token. Look, give me
Do you
one
know how
second.
to make how to set up your token in Roll20?
Don't
No.
worry,
Keep reading.
I got it, Jules. Don't worry. This is great. This is great.
Where are we? Where are we coming
Oh,
from
no,
again?
they cut you out.
The X
You
on
guys
the
are coming
map.
from this X on the map. Yeah,
Oh, okay. All right.
that was so funny. It's just Valen melted again.
I guess I'll actually post up behind this little building that's next to this line of cars. Yeah. So next to the building that Prim's on.
I'll save this
Yeah.
image as a Valley Girl.
I will say she teleported on the roof, but she's also stealthing on the roof.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I'm also going to be carefully maneuvering my way through these cars to reach this little side building, which almost seems like a security checkpoint building.
I also really love this Valen art still. I just noticed that she has an ahegao. It's very cute.
A hoge.
Go.
A hoge.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay, not the other
a
one.
hoagie?
Dumbass.
Fake weed.
Okay.
Fake weed. Fake weed.
How
A
dare you? You
hoagie?
don't even know the
A sandwich?
terminology.
I don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was thinking of the eyes in the back of the head, tongue out. So
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry.
a Hagao. Oh,
So
Christ.
Hoge.
hey.
God.
Okay, there you go. I'm a fake weeb.
Just think of it like a hoe, like a hoe. A hoe, gay.
Hokage?
That's the hair thing, not
I'm gonna
She
name
has
Hokage.
a
it
Hokage
Hokage.
on
Not
her head.
Hokage. Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna fight
Alright.
Sasuke to become the Hokage.
Okay, Valen,
Hokage.
Believe
Valen,
it.
I did it. It should.
Believe it.
Oh my
We're
god,
using
why
the
is she
museum.
huge?
Because once
I don't know how to
you're
fix.
big,
I don't know how to fix Valen.
Yeah, I don't
a
either.
huge bitch.
Make it
What?
smaller.
Edit token properties. This is what we've been doing. This is how we start the thing. 'cause I don't know
You
what
can
the fuck
click
happened.
the token and then click on the corner and drag it to make it smaller.
Let's try that.
Why is it like that? Why is it this
There's-
big?
There's no corner. There's no corner to grab.
No.
Okay. I'm
You
gonna
know what?
enter
We'll
SGN.
figure this out later. We
No.
believe that Valen is there. Okay, I'll let our dear Lynn figure out what the
Okay.
fuck is going on.
I
There
launched this
in
player game. Hold
spirit.
on.
Valen is there in spirit. Yes.
Okay, Valen is where is she? There we go. Amalgamation. Why is it this big?
There, I made a makeshift token with the fucking freehand tool.
Everything I thought I did correctly, it just got worse and worse. I think it's because she's sized for the map that was summoned for some reason.
She's
Probably.
53. She's 53 feet. 53
Well-
freaking units wide and 36 units.
Valen got
Okay,
her
I'm gonna
wish.
do it.
She became a kaiju.
Valen got to be a kaiju after all.
That's
Alright, and then for
God.
that
All I
one,
want to do is see you turn into a giant woman. A giant woman. God
What is
damn
that
it.
from?
That is
Steven
a
Universe.
Steven Universe song.
My next character is going to be a young man that projects things from his belly button. It's made of rock.
Let's not do
Breaks out in song,
that.
and he really likes cat food.
Oh,
And he has
I
a,
kinda
he has
get
a
that one.
weird obsession with lesbians.
you're gonna need
Also-
to use it again.
Also, his mom is dead.
Oh my god, who's that?
Oh my god, it works.
Oh, there we go.
Valen works. Now you can drag Valen out yourself.
Okay, now I get to be a boy again.
I get to be a boy again.
That's
Tap.
really like niche sort of like core memory, but that just reminds me of this scene from fucking Ratchet and Clank 2, I think it was. That's really weird fucking off the cuff thing, but one of the characters is watching this space soap opera. It's one of those really cheesy, shitty ones where they got like slow jazz playing in the background, and the man and the woman, it's the closing of the episode, and they're professing their love for one another, and they start making out, and then the woman goes, "Oh, Brett, you make me feel like a young boy again." He goes, "What?"
What?
Beautiful.
Also,
That's when,
Lynn,
Funny.
Love can do many.
that's when you hear off in the distance a faint "huh?"
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
oh.
also
Okay.
one
That's
quick,
that's what you suddenly saying I can be a boy again makes me think of Lynn every single time.
Yeah, that's fair. Yes, Valen.
Continue.
Oh, okay, there we go. All right. So, take point wherever you may like, and then for everybody who is keeping watch, by all means, please go ahead and make a perception roll for me. Tell me your results.
Search perception. Ooh. I have 5 successes, and of those successes, I have 1 crit.
So you have 7 successes total.
Hmm.
Not bad.
1? No, it should be 6, shouldn't it?
No, because a crit counts as 2.
Yeah, then it's 6, because it's 5 successes, and of those 5, 1 is a crit.
Oh, I thought that it was 5 normal successes plus 1 additional, which is a crit.
Okay, I need to change that if that's what the
That's what I've been telling people. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought that that's what that meant.
I can change it.
I think the second
That's
counter
fine.
is just to account for how many dice have exploded. How many dice have
Yeah,
exploded.
yeah. That's more than easy enough to fix. Beta testing.
Well, this is why we're
That's
doing
all
this,
good.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, no, that keep it the way it is. That just means that you got 6 total, which is nice. That's good.
So if I
All right.
Now you
remember
can
how to
just
do
summit.
hmm
the command again, I forget. It's been too long.
What's your perception? Oh, are you keeping watch?
Am I? I'm just kind of on the field.
I think we just put you on the field because you asked. I didn't know what team you were going with. And then it became a
Oh.
kerfuckle of trying to figure out why you were a map and then why you were gigantic.
Sure, I'm taking point on the ground. Why not?
Nice. Okay. Sure.
I think it's 40-10. Is that it? I forgot how this goes. Look in the familiar's cage.
That's 3 successes. All right, that all I
Okay.
need is Prim and then Liam.
Or stealth?
Perception. If you guys
Oh,
are keeping
perception.
point. If you guys are taking
okay.
point, then I need perception.
Okay. Let me double check this. Perception, where is it?
So that's why a token went. Keeps this
210. So remind me, if it's 2 ranks, then it's what, 2d10 or
2 ranks is 2d10.
Oh,
okay.
and then then erase 1 then. Erase one of my successes then.
Five and a 2.
Because I
What's
thought,
one
yeah,
success then?
I thought it was you get to roll 1 dice and plus 1 extra for every rank, right?
Well, so the way that it's translated on the sheet is everything starts at rank 1 anyways. So if you have 3 ranks and 3 ranks, then it's 6 total. It automatically does it now, so it's less of a headache. There we go. All right, 1 success from Cabal. Prim, where are you? I will throw a rock at you. No, that's fine.
I'm lost
Grim
now.
is-
Oh well.
That's okay. Don't worry. We'll, like I said, we'll go over it. It's a lot simpler now. It's just looking at the sheet scares me because Excel.
Yeah, pussy.
Yeah, no, I really am. I normally I'd have a witty comeback, but you are 100% correct. I am afraid of Excel spreadsheets, and it took me a while to figure that out, but it really wasn't.
Yeah.
All right, so we're just gonna assume that Prim died. She turned her
I'm
battery
back.
off. I guess.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. We just didn't know where you went.
Sorry.
Perception.
Okay. Oh god. Oh right, it's on the sheet that I have to roll it. I just select perception and click, right?
Yep.
It says 2 success, 1 crit.
That means that you got 3 successes because one of those was a crit. Nice. All right, cool. Well, you guys really suck at that, but that's okay.
Wait, does a crit count for 1 or 2 successes?
2.
So that's 4.
Yeah, no. So, what I've just learned is how Lynn originally programmed this was that it counts all of your successes and then gives you a separate number for how many crits you got. Basically,
so
you
of
add
the
the 2 totals.
successes, how many of those are crits?
Of the successes, how many of those are crits? Yeah. So basically, it's saying.
Yeah.
So one way to look at it is you literally look at the numbers that are just right there, and then you add them together. So
Yeah.
if you got
Mhm.
4 successes and 2 crits, you just take 4 plus 2 and you get 6.
Yeah, and
Okay.
if it's
Yeah,
like
that's just
Yeah, and if it's weapon damage, you need to know that. That's why I didn't put them together.
Mhm.
Anyways, all right. With that being said, while most of you have taken point, some of you on the ground, others at a vantage point, the whole lot of you really don't see much in the distance coming. Amidst the ruins, that I should say, it doesn't look too out of the ordinary. It really isn't until Doku gets up there that there's any semblance of anything, and it's not coming from the direction that you're even looking. Originally, more than likely, as you're standing on the roof, you would have glanced out and looked around at all directions, and keeping point to the south, which is actually where you guys had came from a couple days ago at the scrapyard, where you fought the robot. There's really nothing there aside from a little bit of passing travel. Nothing major. The thing that catches your eye, though, is that not on the ground. There's nothing coming, but it appears as though, at least out towards the east, when you kind of turn your head to glance around a little bit, you notice it looks like there's a storm coming. That's about it. There's nothing much aside from that. Just dark clouds are amassing in that area specifically. Now, that would normally not be a problem, except the fact that you are under a mountain, because you are under the floating city of Iris.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, finally got my sheet to open. I just rolled perception, 4 successes, 1 crit, so it's a total of 5.
You would see the same thing, Dimian. Though, if anything, you would be a little bit quicker to realize, well, that doesn't make any sense. There's no clouds down here.
Hey guys.
Assuming we are maintaining
I'm in.
contact with some comms.
I think I might have a notion as to what is chasing them.
What is it?
Just points up towards the cloud.
Yeah. Keep in mind, it's
cloud?
quite a distance. Yeah. Keep in mind, it's quite a distance away. It's not like coming upon you very quickly. There's just this amassing, lingering cloud that seemingly has gotten pretty big, and I'd say it'd be like looking at the next town over in a field. You can tell that there's rain coming down.
Yeah. We're right underneath Iris. That shouldn't be there.
Oh.
Elemental?
Something elemental in nature. If I had to guess, given the way that magic is broken down and where the main thing that has any power in this world, possibly a manifestation. We should probably ask those sublight guys whether or not that's the case.
Right.
That
More
so
than
hold on.
likely.
Which of the party members stayed with them?
Well, nobody's actually gone yet. Everybody basically just stepped outside, so none of the party members actually stayed with them. It was just a matter of who was going to go talk to them while the rest of you guys continued to keep watch.
Yeah, just in Dimian's case, it's saying, like, if I had to guess something that could run out an entire group of bandits out of a town, something that size probably would fit the bill.
Primrose, I guess, is going to contact... Oh, I don't know. Wait, hold on. Let me refer back to the... So out here is Cabal, Dimian, Prim, and...
Valen and Doku.
Valen and Doku.
And Ishin is just standing still, not looking at all. He's just like, I don't care. If it comes, let it come. It pulls
You
out
need to
sword and
see.
cloud.
You can hardly fight a cloud. I'm not interested.
Primrose is going to contact Donnie and say, so there seems to be a storm approaching, but that doesn't make sense given of the location where we are right now. Dimian says that there is probably something elemental in nature approaching us after the bandits. Any suggestions?
Could I actually roll a nature check to check whether or not how viable or how feasible that storm cloud is.
Yeah, you absolutely 100% could. And while you make that roll, Donnie will kind of click on the comms and goes, "Rain's weird. Don't really happen a lot down here. I don't know. Go inside. I'm busy." Click.
4 successes, 2 crits, so 6 successes total.
Nice. Okay. What specifically are you attempting to ascertain? Just how viable something like this is?
It's like how common is, because weather systems in a fantasy world alone could be quite weird. In real
Yes,
life,
that's
we
true,
don't
especially
have
here.
floating mountain cities to take into account. But airflow around something like that would be weird, and probably, given my own experiences with how, in real life, with how heat risers work and how clouds tend to avoid things like bodies of water, and they tend to typically come off of mountains usually.
Mhm.
How likely is it that storm cloud is naturally occurring?
Very unlikely, specifically because it doesn't seem to be moving. And judging from its position, and this is something that you most likely would all know, maybe aside from Ishin, who has not lived on this side of the world, Iris, at the very least, prior to the incident at the central city where the tower exploded and magic itself fundamentally shifted, did still keep in mind its magical energies both above and below. Though it wasn't very common, weather systems that would pass through naturally would be transferred 9 times out of 10 to the Undercity as kind of a means of they don't die in a drought and keeping the natural ecosystem going and not disturbing it as best they can, considering they uprooted a mountain and turned it upside down. And because of that, that could potentially be it, but those moved. They still had air to them. That is stationary. It's hanging there. It's not moving. It's not spinning. It's just forming. It's a dark cloud that's hanging there.
I don't suppose we know of any particular major figures in Iris that were known for their lightning or for their storms.
Not particularly, no. The closest you would be able to get would have been Torrent, the pillar knight of the district that you all resided in while Ausar was in the penthouse of the 8th district. But he was more water focused. It wasn't too common that storms necessarily came up with even some of the stronger people there, and thus, no, this is something different. It doesn't seem like a natural storm, I should say. There's no rain, there's no thunder, there's no lightning. It just looks like that area over there is hitting nighttime far faster than the rest of the place.
Yeah. Like Dimian's 2 hypotheses about it. He'll voice these as either somebody has the ability to bring down rain clouds and is and using it to supplement where he lives, to make up for the general lack of rainfall in this area, or that might be our issue. Let's go find out. So yeah. So I think, yeah, June said you had to BRB.
Ah, okay, all good.
Yeah, Dimian's vote is he's gonna be one of the people who made first bloody contact. Gonna be one of the first people to, or he's gonna be one of the people to go to meet up with the sublight folks.
Understandable. Now, is anyone else going to stay out and keep watch while Dimian goes, or how many people are going to go with Dimian to basically parlay?
I'm probably going with Dimian then.
That sounds good.
I don't see well.
All right, Valen, Ishin, and Dimian will then head. I assume then that means the rest will keep point and just keep an eye on whatever
Yes.
the fuck that thing is.
Where is it? Again?
Hanging out to the
Cloud?
east. It's
Is it the
it's
red
off
line
to the
that's
east. No, the
Okay, it's
red
over.
line.
All right.
Yeah, no. You can't see it. It is off the map. The way
Alright.
that I described it is, imagine you're in a field or you're up on a hill, and you can see the next town over, like miles away,
Okay.
and it's getting rain. Like it is nowhere near upon you all. It's just in the distance. You can see these clumped black clouds just kind of hanging there.
Ah, okay.
Regardless of that, while the others then remain there, then that would mean that the trio here would go off into the designated building where the sublight guys decided to take up residence. Now, prior to this was one of the dormitories that quite a few of the survivors, or rather I say survivors, but quite a few of the prisoners took place at Isaac's encampment after you freed them from their imprisonment. So they haven't necessarily been shunted to other buildings, but they were kind of kindly asked to get the fuck out.
You know, if the thing hasn't arrived yet, we maybe shouldn't be standing around to give out the position of the super secret base. Maybe we should just go inside.
Not
Don't
bad
say
idea.
where.
Yeah, that's also a good point.
Should we go into the building you're on?
I mean, inside the base, or
No.
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, going inside the base means we're farther away, at least a little bit.
I like how paranoid I've made you guys over the years. It makes me happy.
Because
Anyway,
I'm just trying to like avoid giving away the position of the base that everyone has tried so hard to keep a secret. You know.
completely understandable.
Well, also going back inside the base would probably do that too.
Well, has it seen us?
Well, the cloud itself isn't moving. Like I said, it's not even drifting. There's no airflow. It looks like it's just kind of appeared above it, and that's about it. It hasn't gone anywhere prior to that.
That's why I don't want to go back inside the base in case it is watching us. Because if we just leave it and we don't go back inside, and we stay hidden, then maybe we can try and avoid it. Then maybe we can try and, I don't know.
I don't know. I said Prim was sneaking. I don't know about you guys, and I don't know how
I
far away
would.
this
I think
thing
I
is.
would. I think I would also be sneaking.
You guys
Yeah,
are
I think.
welcome.
Yeah, I think I forgot to mention it.
I'm gonna be honest. I would say you guys are welcome to roll stealth. You guys really don't need to roll stealth. Nobody in this current general vicinity is looking at you.
Okay, so
But
knowing that information, I'm going back
I'll
inside the
roll
base.
regardless.
yeah, roll it regardless because it might come up. But understand that when you got up there, you would not have needed to. And
I got.
just tell me
I got a 4 and a 3.
Okay, so you are not stealthy. You are a robot.
4 and 3. What do you mean? Like 4 successes, 3 crits?
No, I got
No,
a 4 and a 3 on my
he-
die.
Yeah, no, he's
4
rolling.
plus 3.
He's not rolling with the sheet.
Okay.
Oh,
I-
okay.
I just felt like using. I just felt
Brother.
like using the bot.
I got 6.
Brother in arms, thank you. Join me. New sheet scary. Also, fellow left, so.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Well, if
Got a
she's
6.
going back, then I'm going back. Oh, 4 successes.
Okay, good. And Prim, what's your stealth roll? What'd you get?
6 successes.
Nice. Okay, cool. Well, with that being said, just complete transparency. It's not going to come up yet, but if it does, I'll have these numbers written down.
I'm
Or rather, I'll have
yeah, I'm just gonna keep up my my post where I am.
Yeah, fair enough. Cabal's like, I'm not sneaky enough for that. Stays.
It's like, if there's a tornado, get inside.
That's true. The rest of you who have not opted to keep point, or to take point rather, you make your way, as I said, into the old major residence. This is probably the largest building that's actually there. And upon entrance, you see quite a few relatively disheveled, albeit still within the same semblance of a uniform, soldiers, quote unquote. Though they are bandits, they are definitely kitted out almost more like a impoverished mercenary unit with weapons and symbols embroidered on them. It's definitely nothing fancy, but it's mainly old, as you can probably tell, old, outdated Irisian guard armor and uniforms and general Irisian tech that they salvaged from the scrapyard and are now wearing. You get some side glances, including but not limited to two, primarily the guards that you can assume, who you injured, Dimian, at the gate, because while they do now have their helmets off, and they didn't originally, they see you, one of which with a wrapped arm, or it's currently being wrapped, rather, looks at you, meets your gaze, and then immediately looks away, because he doesn't want to deal with that.
Hey,
Hello.
hey, looks painful.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Anyway, we're here to see your boss.
He kind of grits his teeth at that a little bit. Clearly not fond of being talked down to, but he just kind of grumbles upstairs.
And with my two very non-verbal, totally in control associates, I'm going to make my way inside.
We just want to talk, you see.
Yes,
We
the
just
fucking
wanna talk to him.
7-foot bug giant with swords and the
The
very-
literal monster.
the not so talkative blob. I will. Oh, how do I keep
Sentient
ending-
slime
how does
and
Dim keep ending up in your face?
There.
The
Dim was
eyebrow
not meant to
blob.
be a face.
I got no, I didn't say that. Anyways, aside from me, and I don't want to imagine sweet little Valen like that. Okay. Anyways,
You said it.
I
You
know,
were
but it
the
was an
one-
accident. Anyways, making your way up to the second floor, you see what seems to be a ramshackle assortment of boxes and totes and ammo cases just kind of scattered about. In particular, however, there appears to be what looks like a desk that has been thrown together with 3 boxes and an old tablecloth that has another box acting as a seat. And setting at that, picking apart what appears to be an old pistol, rusting, cleaning it off as best he can, would be Jesse, which, as a friendly reminder, Jesse has a face that is half demonicized, for lack of a better term. Is partially corrupted, at the very least, and while he doesn't seem to be very aggressive, in fact, he seems the most level-headed out of this group so far that you've met, he doesn't really even regard you until you're about at the entrance to the stairs, where he stops polishing, and you see the demonicized side of his face doesn't react, but the more humanoid side does, as his eye pops open and he glances over and goes, "Ah, you came. Good. Very good. Take a seat, I suppose."
Thank you. Dimian steps in and he looks around. He grabs a chair and just like give the boy below a bit of a hard time. But let's hope. Let's get right down to brass tacks.
All right.
I am under the impression that your group came in here to a group of refugees we just rescued from a prison camp, needed living space, and more or less muscled your way in.
Yeah, well, and he kind of rubs his neck a little bit. I could understand how you feel that way. It's we don't have a very good reputation nowadays, and I understand why that's the case. But top brass got killed when we were on our way out the door, so trying to start fresh, and this was just the first place we came across.
Not the best start. What killed your top brass? Because we heard you guys came here after fleeing something.
Yeah, it sounded pretty cryptic, didn't it? Wait a minute, how'd you know that?
not without our own sources.
Well, I suppose it's fair that you don't share everything with someone who pointed a gun at you just a little while ago.
We could
Okay.
think about sharing. We could think about sharing that kind of information once we actually trust one another. Should it come to that? My most immediate worry is that whatever might be chasing you guys might be on its way here, and it just so happens we like it here, and we want this place to be habitable for, well, for one, the refugees we rescued, and for two, ourselves, because we're not exactly flush with housing options at the moment.
Well, just up until about a week ago, we were. We had ourselves set up in a nice old forgotten mall out in the east. It didn't get hit too bad when they glassed the place. But, well, then that big old storm came rolling in, and, well, it ain't been the same since.
We did spot a rain cloud off in the distance. It didn't seem natural. Is that what you're talking about?
That ain't rain, friend.
What is it?
I don't know. He just kind of shakes his head a little bit. He rubs the human half of his face, and then he kind of smacks the more demonic, scaled version, and trying to get some feeling back into his jaw while he's talking. And I've been in many a winters out here. I've never felt colder. Some kind of monsters, they fell from the sky.
I'm sorry, did you say that monsters fell from the sky in that cloud?
Ain't nothing like I ever seen before, friend. They showed up out of nowhere one day while we were busy interrogating some thing. Weird animal came wandering in, talking and shouting at us. And while we were gathering information, poor little damn thing freaked out. Started barking, started growling, ran off. And before we knew it, we were set upon. Fell out of the sky and tore half of us apart. But, well, his face kind of stiffens up a little bit again. Well, sadly, we didn't make as much headway as I would have wanted in the fight in the back.
You mentioned you mentioned a strange app. Describe it.
Well, it didn't look all that weird, I should say. Aside from being dressed all funny. It was a dog. Couldn't have been more than yay high. And he just kind of motions, just size of a small, average-sized dog. Nothing crazy. Thing was dirty and dusty, and had a sword on its back. It was weird, and well, we thought it was just someone playing a game, and well, then it started talking at us, which, weird enough as it was, but it was trying to ask us about something. It was looking for something, and, well, apparently it was looking for some guy. Said that he wouldn't give too many specifics. That
Your name?
No, we didn't get that much out of him. We just got a description. Kind of looked like your friend over there, actually. He points over to Ishin. At least from how he described him.
Tall, insectoid.
Not really insectoid, but red skin, black arms, clawed fingers. Sounded like something out of a horror movie, but he wouldn't say who, he wouldn't say what. And before I could get any more out of him, well, it all went to shit.
Valjean and Ishin are both Onis, right?
Valjean isn't, but
I
he's
thought he was.
basically. So he's a predecessor of them. Um,
Hehe.
Oh.
yeah. But Ishin is an Oni.
Does that description ring a bell to you?
Not of any specific individual I may have faced or known per se.
Small dog with a sword on its back? That's hard to miss.
For all intents and purposes, though, I do not remember walking through that town myself, therefore it couldn't be me.
Well, unless you got something fancy going on with you, but I don't think it was you. He didn't say anything about you looking like that. No offense, I'm not one to talk.
It's a different Oni.
Could be. I'm being honest, I didn't even know if y'all were real.
That's fair. So, the description of what this is, this dog showed up, tried to interrogate him after you found out he could talk, and then he panicked and ran off. What you said?
Said he got a whiff of something bad. And before we knew it, he was gone.
That makes me
Bit
think
me.
that the dog was not responsible for the rain cloud.
Didn't seem like it. All I know is he was looking for something and we wanted answers. He was skulking about, looking around. He popped out of one of the bathroom toilets.
Interesting. He was looking for an Oni, showed up, could somehow, I guess, smell the storm was coming, that it was not, there was something that was bad omen, ran off, and then the rain cloud came. Monsters fell from the sky. It was unnaturally cold. Anything else?
Well, it was a little weird, but people started, I'd say a day or two before, and I didn't really think it was too weird at the time, but people started getting these, at least the boys were talking about getting these weird dreams. They fell asleep. They'd be out for a day or two. They'd wake up, start talking about something that we didn't really understand, and then they'd wake up again and they wouldn't remember anything we had talked about.
Did they mention maybe somebody speaking to them in their dream?
Yeah, it seemed to be the running thread. Someone came in, talked to him real nice, and, well, I'm being honest with you, every one of them there, they ain't really talking no more.
Really? What happened to them?
Well, I didn't see him get out. One too many of them. I ain't proud of having to abandon my men, but we had to get out of there.
Keep an eye on if anybody else.
Could you repeat that? I missed that.
He said, if anybody else starts showing dreams like that in your group, keep an eye on them. Hell, tell us. That's.
Are y'all getting it too?
We've had some people getting that. It's not good.
Well, I don't like that.
It's normally there's not much stock in hearsay without proof. But people sharing dreams, that's not normal, and it's downright supernatural. As it turns out, there's somebody behind it. And Dimian is contemplating whether or not to pass this information along. Hell, he's contemplating whether or not it should even become common knowledge. Now it's considered like posting about it, but it sounds like crackpot theories from your average citizen. How familiar are you with manifestation?
I know that's what they're calling it now. New magic.
Yeah.
I don't know much else.
So, we don't know too much ourselves right now, but we do know that one version of it, one potential source of it, happens when one or more souls, two more souls collide with one another in a single body. After the Tower virus exploded, being that it was made up of the souls of those who died in the Undercity, and others before that, the Tower virus, the big crystal in it, is basically a soul battery. So, when that exploded, a bunch of them got set free, and some people kind of like got hit with some of those souls, and they got stuck. That's how you got some of the manifestations. The thing is, there's somebody that knows way more about this than I do. And that one scares me, but he has been going from person to person in their dreams, sticking them with other souls, and basically forcing the phenomenon. So people who start dreaming of a voice talking to them in their sleep, in their dreams, are being sweet-talked by that very individual, and are likely to start manifesting. The trouble is, if harmony cannot be established between the different souls, and they start fighting over the body, you get bad results. Something not unlike what you're going through.
Huh.
Did you get one of these dreams?
No, not this. No, this was happened. It happened when the tower went. And he kind of rubs his face. I was there that night with the when those people sent out that message, and me and my boys, me and my boys weren't too keen on it, but half of us decided to cut and run, and we were all stationed in the central city when it all hit. Might not look like it, but there's a reason that a lot of my boys down there are covered head to toe. The lucky ones only got some weird ones, but other people, like me, and a couple others, have more noticeable features. Went up in flames, and, well, it changed us, and the city wasn't too keen on keeping us around, and if anything, those people that put out that message only proved a lot of theories we were already thinking.
Well, I don't know. Again, everything I have right now is based off of, like, I think at this point, 3 or 4 trial runs and a lot of theory and guesswork, but if what you're going through is a result of the very same phenomenon, it's very esoteric and it's really not that helpful, but the best I can recommend is try and see if there's somebody else in there with you and see if you can't reach an agreement. The fact that you've managed to stay this long, it's been what, months since the tower went down? A year?
A little more than a year at this point.
Yeah. Shows that you've got probably a better chance than most people. It takes weeks for those that are visited in dreams.
Yeah, it wasn't any of my boys that ended up getting them, so maybe that's why.
Maybe. I would say maybe it was because you were there at Ground Zero and you were bombarded with so many released souls. I don't know, but the best I can recommend if you want to, we have someone who went through something very similar to what you did, and I helped him reach this soul stability. And while he's not perfectly human again, he's better now. He's at least dealing with it okay.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I saw him walking around tilling fields with a big ass claw.
Ah, yes, the farmer. He was, he's a good lad. Yeah, he was going through his own problem. At the very least, the process of the change has been stopped since he managed to reach some sort of equilibrium with the nice old lady.
Weird shit.
It is very, very weird. But maybe you can do the same, and that might help you. Hell, it might help you get some mobility back.
I've been living with this for almost a year and a half now. It's nothing I can do.
You look
And
like
if
you
I
have-
don't, it's fine.
You look like you've grown adjusted to it, but like I said, you've got better chances than most. And as much as I take initial issue with how your group might run things right now, that does not mean I like to stand by and watch suffering, nor, when possible, does that mean I don't like to extend a helping hand when I can. So,
Well, at the very least, I should at least clarify that these boys are running on autopilot. I'm trying to keep them together, and at least my intention was to try and bring some order to it, but they fell back on the idiot ideas, which is frankly why I understand why you put a thorn right in Jerry's arm. But
my hope.
we weren't coming to take your home. We just were trying to get ours back, but we can't necessarily do that, and we needed to find something. The boys got a little aggressive.
My big hope for this is if you tell us as much as you can, it seems like you have, we can take care of the storm problem, because it seems, at least to my guess, like it comes from the same source of bullshit that all of us get our abilities from. And because like can match like, hopefully we can do something about it. If we do that, we might be able to get you your home back. Go back to your mall, or we'll be able to clear out more living space here with less pressure from whatever the fuck that thing is. We can come to some sort of arrangement. Maybe you can find yourself acting less like bandits and more like protectors. And I'm sure you'll be able to build a much more positive connection with the refugees. Because the last thing we need right now is disharmony down here. What everybody really should be angry at is everything above us. Because they literally are pissing down on us.
At least on that, we couldn't agree more.
So I hope we get rid of what problems devil us down here. We can shift our focus towards, I want to say, shared problems. I don't want.
Well, that's fair enough.
I don't want you guys to be bandits, and I don't want to have to fight you guys if at all possible. Because like the rest of us, you're stuck down here. You don't have better options. I get that. So our hope, at least my hope, is we can make better options for everybody down here. Because the people on high, sure as fuck don't seem they're inclined to do so.
Oh, that's why me and my boys left the guard in the first place.
Yeah.
Aside from becoming monsters, and them not taking too kindly to that,
which is
lot of
interesting
us
considering
are-
some of the things that the Irisian military has been employing as of late.
Well, to that I can't speak. We've had plenty of run-ins with them, scavenging what they can and taking what we have. But ever since that damn Pillar Knight came and said that he was gonna enact a great hunt, well, we've been feeling pressure from all sides. Not to mention all the other bandit clans that have opened up down here.
A lot of work to do.
Yeah, we do.
I cannot wait to smear that man across the pavement.
Oh, I don't know many people that could smash a dragon down. But, hey, someone needs gusto. If you don't mind, I have to cut this short. I have to try and get my men to calm themselves.
While you're doing that,
I
I'm going to talk to the others. I'm going to see if we can't go do something about that cloud.
Yes, I do ask that you forgive them a little. They changes, and he kind of
Changes hard.
motions to his face. It's the changes that this did on our bodies made us a little quick to anger. It's hard to control it. It's not everyone gets to be well adjusted.
Understand.
Uh,
Damien will stand and he'll say, as far as I'm concerned, bygones can be bygones. I had my pound of flesh when I hurt him, and looking back on it, I regret doing so. Tell Jerry that, he probably won't believe me, especially with the way I led in coming in here. But I don't want a grudge forming out of this. Like I said, I want all of us to have better choices. And I don't know what it's like living with what you're living with. So I'll believe you. Let's do better.
I couldn't agree more. I didn't catch any of your names, actually.
My name's Dimian. Used to serve with the Knights. So I kind of get the AWOL impulse.
Oh, I could figure by the eyes. And
One thing about myself I could never change.
I see. Well, I'm Sergeant, first class. Jesse Briggs. Though I don't really wear that anymore, and technically when I joined up with these guys, they promoted me to lieutenant, but Jesse's fine.
Alright. Well then, Sergeant, Lieutenant, whichever. Jesse. Talk to you in a bit. Hopefully with good news. You go see to your man. Ishan, Melon, let's go.
As you wish.
Oh, and one more thing.
Nod.
Be careful out there. Whatever was in that mist, I had never seen anything like it. They were hungry. They were mad. And whatever they were old. But most of all, and it scares me a hell of a lot more than anything else, they were organized.
Thank you. Let's go. We probably don't have the luxury of time.
None of us do. And he'll kind of push himself up and go, fight well, die well, hearth and home, all that. Kind of. And with that, he kind of goes back to his thing. He turns back. He grabs his gun, loads up, takes a breath, and waits for you all to leave, because leaving and going down the same set of stairs is really awkward.
Only one entrance. Hey, yeah, see you tomorrow. And then you just walk towards the same bus stop.
Yep, exactly.
But yeah, Damien is going to exit the premises. He's going to give folks a nod as he goes by. Okay. So you'll open up this. Actually, no, because the bunker is insulated and everybody returned there. We can't call.
Actually, if I remember correctly, I believe everybody's still outside.
Yeah, Liam's still outside. He's by the
Liam-
building still.
Yeah, the other two just went into the buildings. I don't believe they went back into the bunker. They just kind of snuck up and stealthed up.
Okay. Well, Tim's gonna return. Flag down Liam. And we had
Liam will approach.
we got a small talk with the leader of the sublights. Jesse's his name. Apparently he's the highest ranking one left of them after whatever that Stormcloud is had a go at them.
How'd the meeting itself go?
Amiable, a bit strained, but that's understandable. Apparently, quite a few of the. Actually, let's get the whole group together so I don't have to explain this multiple times.
That's true. I saw the others go off in any points in direction that way.
And yeah, Damien's gonna return to the. Try and get as much of the group together as possible. He's gonna give them a rundown, basically. The meeting was strained, if amiable to a point. Whatever that cloud is, came out of nowhere. Attacked, basically summoned or literally rained down some sort of form of old, hungry, but also organized, so possibly some sort of like telepathic communication or something. Monsters. The cloud supposedly was unnaturally cold underneath it. Whatever the rain might actually be, suggesting that maybe this is spiritual or necromantic in nature. Maybe. We have to see what exactly monsters are actually come out of that mist. But when Damien thinks of old and hungry and malignant, he tends to think about this. Especially given the Tower of Iris's connection to it, this may be a manifester who has some form of ability to create some kind of roving death herd, basically. Of this might be twisted people. This might be the spirits of the dead. It might be just a bunch of Oni. But whatever it is, the cloud obviously is what creates and what coordinates them. So we need to be careful. We stick together if we go and deal with that.
Sounds to me like whatever that cloud thing is, it seems to be deploying some kind of assault force. The best I can think of from my days in special forces is when you rappel out of a helicopter.
Something like that. Kind of wish Valjean was here to speak to him, because I think he might be able to give the most context on this.
If this is something from the abyss, he would know what it is.
Well, that's not the only one now who does.
That's true.
Albeit a lot more of a modern interpretation on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
Valjean's literally the ancient fucking
The ancient Irisian. He lived there. But he's not alone in that, thankfully. Ishin has been in the abyss before.
I don't suppose you might have something to add to this, Ishin. I don't mean to presume, but we need as much information as we can get.
The only thing I can say is when I meet them with my own gaze, I might determine something, but I don't think they might be from where I'm from, or what I've seen.
Now, one thing I can say to you, Ishin,
Yes?
is actually no, not yet. Never mind. We'll get. I had to think about it, but yeah, we'll have to get to that.
Well, what do we do?
Well, in simple terms, my intention is to go kill Cloud.
Your intention is to kill a cloud?
Kill Cloud. Whatever the hell is making it. I don't trust it's not going to come this way. Also, weird aside, but he mentioned that just before the cloud came, a dog with a sword on its back showed up, started talking to them. And it mentioned somebody that was similar in looks to Ishi. So possibly another Oni. Which might point to the abyssal connection, if maybe that same Oni is part of this cloud, maybe?
Would
dog
iron? Yeah,
reminds
I was
me
about
of
to say, would
Boris, but
Not Boris. Boris was the giant stone monster.
what was the dog that could talk?
That was Bjorf.
Yeah, Bjorf.
That
Bjorf
reminds me of
Bjorfingson.
Bjorfingson, a
How big
talking
was
dog that
Bjorf?
we've met before. He
He was an
on our
average
side.
sized dog.
Yeah. Actually, wasn't he a corgi?
Yeah, it was a
It was
corgi.
Shiba Inu, wasn't
Yeah, it was a Shiba Inu. There we go. It was a Shiba Inu. There we
A
go. So
talking
average
Shiba
size.
Inu seems to have been on our side.
I still can't believe that.
Actually, yeah, from the description, did they say whether or not the dog in question was bipedal?
No, he was never. Well, to be fair, Bjorf was never bipedal.
Was-
They just said it was a no. He was just a normal dog who could
Oh.
talk and smoke cigars.
I thought he was like a bipedal dog man. No, apparently he was just.
No,
straight
he's an
up a Shiba
actual
Inu.
Shiba Inu.
dog.
He's a
He
talking
just
dog.
dog-
That
He's like
bitch, I'll
he's like
never
the
forgive
evolved
her.
form of Cheddar.
I see.
it? It's like Scooby Doo, man.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, think Samurai Scooby Doo rather than like standing on two legs, dog.
Ah,
Think Mystery Skull's dog.
I see. So, I should have asked him if he like Dimian would know because I don't think he's ever met. No, has he ever met before? I don't think.
No, that's probably someone that Dimian never would have because
Yeah.
Bjorf wasn't even supposed to be alive.
Yeah, but yeah. I should have asked if he talked in a very nasally, throaty voice.
Yeah.
This bitch, I'll never forgive.
That bitch, I'll never forgive her.
Yes. Shit. So maybe it's related to this Bjork figure. Why would you be asking after somebody like Ishi?
I'm not sure.
Apparently he was Oni-like, red skin, and big black claws.
Yeah, out of character, that doesn't sound like anyone we know, unless
I know.
I'm not picking up on something.
I know one guy with one very big black.
Hmm.
Now, he's a farmer. Probably not who this guy is.
That would be pretty funny though.
Would be pretty fun.
Yeah. BBC, Big Black Claw.
God damn it.
I had to.
Of course you did.
Well, if it's approaching anyways.
It's not moving at the moment, but
No, it's not. But the thing is, we don't know if we bunker down here, if we're going to be able to evade its detection. That's not a guaranteed thing. It might be able to find us, and just based on the risk of it being able to find us, possibly, we might want to meet it halfway so it doesn't get here, so it doesn't know where the base is, and so we can maybe neutralize it.
My intention was to
farther
go over
away.
there and pick a fight with it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
More than just our own safety. If we allow it to get here into the town and to attack us directly, beyond the fact that we may not be able to hide from it, it will then pose a direct danger to all of the refugees and the sublight people, which could be a bloodbath.
Yeah.
And I want to
Exactly.
avoid that. So the Irisian military may not be very keen on their oath of protecting the people. I am.
Yeah. So maybe we go hunt it down then.
Like I said,
Approach with caution, though. If what he's saying is verifiable, we need to approach this thing tactically.
and as a group.
Mhm.
But yes, like I said, I want to go kill a cloud.
I'm for it.
Sounds doable.
How do we kill a cloud?
Like
The
whatever's
prospect of killing a cloud that doesn't seem interesting to me.
about somebody that can make a cloud.
A tiny bit more interesting.
Somebody that can shift weather patterns.
Ishin thinks for a moment. Not as interesting.
The
Some-
controller of the weather, controller of the heavens.
Some people have no appreciation for the druidic arts.
Mhm.
You have no
I
appreciation for
studied
just
for
how
years to
difficult
make
it is.
that cloud.
It just no appreciation for just how difficult it is to cast control weather. With a 7th level spell, damn it.
It's true.
No, it's a quick side tangent. My next character I'm making any TTRPG, I kind of want to do a druid thing. Side
Druids are
tangent
great.
over.
Druids are fun.
Yeah, I love tangents.
Druids are really fun.
One of my favorites.
Druids are fun, yes.
They remain my favorite class in most iterations of D&D, including 5e and 3.
hmm Certainly a standout, honest to God. I
Hmm.
don't feel like anything actually feels like a druid aside of druid. But before we get off on a tangent,
Yeah. Let's go kill a cloud.
let's go kill a cloud.
Hey, I know a spell. It's called Cloud Kill. It works
Hey.
great.
Yeah. It's a
Let's
power
go-
word
let's
kill
go-
specifically for clowns.
Let's go suck a cloud.
Yes.
You know, really, really suspicious they made a spell just for clouds.
Just that it's odd
Oh.
like that. So yeah, coming all the way back around, we're in for some cloud strife.
Okay. All right.
So I'm trying to find out how to do the old damage calculations for my lasers real quick. Okay, Scooby Doo.
Stop.
Robo Raggy.
My first degree is king. No more of that.
No more of that.
All right.
Yes, I'm playing AFK Journey now. Screw you.
AFK Journey, yeah, we need to start on that. This stream was not sponsored.
I mean, once upon a time it could have been sponsored. I did get an offer,
It
Oh,
could have
fair.
been, but it didn't.
but I didn't because nobody was interested.
Fair enough.
Well, hey, look at that. Well, would you look at that?
Well, would you look at that?
Yes. Cloud.
Cloud. So the question is, how soon are you all heading out? Because I assume that you guys need to lick your wounds and whatnot from
We need at
the
least
previous
a
encounter.
moment to rest because we just got back.
Yeah, you guys really and truly just got back, and the only one who's like totally fine is Ishid. Valen nearly blew up.
Hey,
Yes.
I'm killed.
Yeah.
Enough time's passed. I'm fine.
That's true. I suppose you actually can regenerate.
Everyone's like, "Oh no, Valen's almost dead." Ignores her for
Give
an
me a-
hour.
Yeah,
It
give me
was
like
for
a
an hour.
couple hours. Regardless of that, with that being said, a day, maybe two, depending on how long that you want to wait, is entirely up to you. But yeah, you guys would need to rest. Otherwise, there could be no logical way that you have licked your wounds and healed up enough after that fight with the fucking Robo Samurai down in the scrapyard.
Yeah,
So-
I think maybe a day of rest. That's good.
Mhm. Now, with that being said, with your day of rest prior to leaving, what all do you intend to do with that day of rest?
I will practice in firing range.
I will Wait, what did you say? Oh, practicing firearms.
You know,
Oh, boy.
practice the firing range is what I heard. And I was like,
We
I
don't
don't
really
even
have
think
a
there is
firing range.
Yeah.
We're in an underground
uh,
science lab. We don't really have a firing range.
Fine, I'll just run my lines in the trailer.
Maybe there's some cans Doku can shoot down here.
I would say on
Well,
the,
it would
I,
still
mean-
be really loud though.
I think he would need
Be
to do it
very
on
loud.
surface because otherwise he's gonna deafen himself.
Yeah.
Just put him in.
Okay, I'll just work on my speech.
Okay.
Catalogs.
He just start no. Doku just goes outside, just starts firing his gun up into the air.
I use my trusty corner.
I see.
Also, Matt, how is that? How is the chat log actually?
That's a good question. How much have you been updating it this entire time? Because the real question is, you haven't given any direct information just quite yet, but you did start many of secret like twatter groups, and have an Iristagram account that along with your Tic Tac that that has garnered some attention. Admittedly, they get banned very quickly. So your little secret chat messages, they've been steadily going, albeit because it is how it is. It's mostly dead until somebody posts something. A little bit of conversation goes by, and admittedly, a lot of the stuff that people are posting, aside from you, 95% of it is complete bullshit from websites like realtruthnewsnow.i.gov. Like
Highly
it's not,
suspicious.
yeah, definitely not anything that you would expect to be real. However, there were some updates and some video feeds of a video titled "Two Idiots Attack Guard Base," or sorry,
Oh,
two
yeah.
idiots, yeah, two idiots fight in front of guard base, which shows two, as they say, idiots throwing punches with each other, insulting a girl who then starts to go on a fucking rampage and starts messing up the base. So the video cuts off
Oh.
pretty quickly, and a lot of people are like, "Come on, dude, that shit's Photoshop. That is not real." Like,
And
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
and there's
faked
and there's
AI.
and there's a bit of narration early on from a slightly modulated voice, and here we see several idiots in their natural habitat.
all of which are true. That is actually how that went down. I know most people don't believe it, though. You do notice that the Primrose, Isaac, and Valen fight did get some traction, but mostly it was people flaming the guy for thinking it was real, saying that it looked like CGI and that it was bullshit, and then it got buried beneath Iris new vaccine set to kill 90% of the population. So
What?
yeah, it's again from
Real truth. News.
truthsourcemedia.i.org.
Source media.
The truth.
There's like a there's like a bit of the video as like AI narration and subtitles over it.
Exactly, yeah. It's like a really shittily made AI video, like with stock video in the background.
Straight up CCP propaganda, then.
Exactly that, yes.
Then,
Oh my God.
So what
Oh my
was the
God.
new revelations that we made about the floating city? They're the ones creating it, or a giant cloud is killing us now?
Oh, are you talking about what's going on right now?
Yeah, what's going on right now?
We don't know. Or
We
rather,
see the
you all
cloud.
don't know. You guys can see it, yeah, but to what it is, you don't know.
Okay.
We know
And
that
does the
apparently
chat forum?
we know apparently it summons hungry ancient monsters. That's about it. Also, it's really cold underneath it. Also, it just struck me that Doku more or less runs the. How to put this? Bond, when you mentioned CCP propaganda, that reminded me that there is a channel called China Fakes Everything. That just makes me think that Doku is basically the equivalent of that.
Yeah. But no, aside from seeing it in the Undercity, this big ass cloud that is just kind of looming there is no information you all have other than what you got from the Sublight guy, which was things came out of the cloud and they were scary. And Jesus
Killer
Christ, they
cloud.
tore my menapart, which, until you
Killer
actually get
cloud
proof.
from outer space.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna sound like Killer Cloud from outer space.
Killer
So I'm
fish.
going to basically mince those words and then basically breadcrumb the fact there's a cloud caused by the government
Cloud.
that has been creating these monsters in the Undercity and
They've been
killing people.
spraying chemtrails from the island above,
The
messing with the weather
In
patterns.
addition,
Aluminum
in
powder in the sky, in the air.
the chemtrails are causing demons to spawn, and those demons are corrupting the people of Iris.
They're turning the freaking hamsters gay.
in addition to that, people
Dogs
have
are
been
talking. People are turning into
experiencing.
demons. It's just like fentanyl all over again.
It's
Yeah.
just
Dogs
addition-
and cats
in
living
addition-
together, mass hysteria.
Ahem.
What do I do, Lord? Destroy the child.
Destroy the child.
This is my plan, people. These are demons! Just like the Bible says! basically an intergalactic invasion into this space through people. I'm telling you.
I have a feeling like on Isaac's like a radio show he would always like play clips of that and just have like witty like riffing narration over it.
Yeah, that's probably pretty accurate to Isaac's radio show. I miss having Isaac around. Anyways.
Isaac, come home.
Okay, well, I'll get the cover going.
Krusty Krab is in there.
Prim is gonna just, I guess, practice her martial arts skills while she waits for Dimian to finish the chocolate.
But yeah,
Fair enough.
he had that set aside.
On his day off, Goku's just gonna tweet about that cloud, get on a motorcycle, go out in the Undercity far enough to actually like be far away from the lab and take a picture of the cloud. And also add onto the chat log about just manifestation stuff, if that's still new news, and if it's old news, then he's not going to say that. Like symptoms of people getting superpowers because of the explosion that happened a few years ago.
Superpowers, real or fake?
I see. So, how exactly are you going to go about that then, though? Like, what is it? What's your first stop?
What do you mean first stop?
Like, if you're going to be collecting information, you're just going to go take pictures of people and go, they have superpowers. How are you going to
Just
document?
the cloud.
No, I'm
Just the
just going
cloud.
to take a picture of the cloud, and
Okay.
then for the manifestation stuff, I'm just going to mention a few symptoms that people have been having before
That's not
they
a
get that thing. I'm just going to be like, the OP has posted. Chat,
OP has
Flair's
posted
alive.
Chat. Flair's alive.
There's things,
Because
just gonna have,
OP's things have been verified as true. OP's the leaker.
OP is the leaker. Yeah, that's fair.
yeah,
What's your
some of the
choice?
highlights being like, we'll hear people have strange dreams where someone talks to them and insinuates strange
It's the
things.
dream guy. Have you seen this man?
Oh god.
That's horrifying.
But it's real. And people
is
are like, oh my god, I've seen him.
Do you know where Armand Kristoff is hiding?
Do you know the man with the hat?
You know the man with the hat?
Have you? Do you know the Muffin Man?
Muffin
The
Man?
Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man.
The one who
The
lives
one
on
who
Hurley
lives
Lane?
on Granberry Lane?
Yes.
Yes.
Then I dunk then I dunk Doku into milk.
Don't
Oh my
dunk
God.
Goku in milk. That'll just ruin the milk.
Now I'm like thinking about like internet lore, but the Iris version. Like, what does the Iris version of fucking Andrew Tate look like?
What's
Like,
the
what is-
what's the Irish equivalent
His
of
name, I'll
Shrek?
have you, time honored, is Iliaster von Greigar III.
That's
And he's all about, I guess, elven.
Elven
no, actually, 'cause
supremacy.
in Iris, no, because in the Iris universe, elves are like Eastern
Yes, Weeby.
people. Yeah, weeby people. So like, it would be like, I guess, I don't know, just humans.
Oh god, he's like one of those Yamato supremacist movement people.
Yeah, well, keep in mind that his Blazing Eminence, Iliaster von Greiger III, official title, President, his Blazing Eminence, President Iliaster von Greiger III.
Oh yeah, he's the president.
he's
Oh my god,
literally the
someone
Irish-
shot him in the ear.
Yeah.
Oh my god, no, that's some bullshit blazing right
But
there.
it was like
Yeah.
the nose or something.
No, it was the ear.
No.
It took the tip of his nose off, and then they went for the second shot. The second shot another few weeks afterwards and missed. Did you hear about the second
Yeah, I
attempt?
missed.
Christ.
Yeah,
Wait,
dude,
there was another one?
Yep, and it failed.
Yeah.
Yes.
there was- Yeah.
Damn, they just
didn't-
can't
shot didn't
fucking
even-
get the shot, huh?
The shot didn't even go off.
Okay.
They just grabbed the dude.
Ah, okay.
Anyways.
Oh, okay.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good at their job.
Aside
Blow
from-
right past that.
before Genesis somehow predicts the future again.
Yeah, look, Secret Service. I am not attempting an assassination of the late president. I promise. This is a
We-
different
I
thing.
am.
We are-
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no.
for-
June, your
for-
visa
for
just gets
le-
revoked.
No.
for legal reasons, all of this is
Yes.
jokes and
Is a
conjecture.
joke. I don't live inside
All
the
in
United
Minecraft.
States, but I am an American citizen. FBI, please do not fucking do me.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, no, it wouldn't be the
All in
FBI.
Minecraft.
It would be. It would be.
Actually, it would be
Interpol?
weird. Would the FBI come after me, or would the CIA come after me? Because I'm a citizen, but I don't live on American soil.
You would
believe
get
it
special
would be-
treatment because you're a citizen.
I can be extradited without issue because I'm an American citizen, I think. So yeah, FBI would probably be the ones. But yeah, fun times.
Yeah.
Right, what were we talking about? Right, killing a clown. Cloud
We're
murder.
going to
Oh,
kill
also-
Cloud Strife.
Also, yes, we're getting into Cloud Strife. Also, Doku and his social media shenanigans.
Yes.
Shoot. I'm doing this.
On the the social media known as what was
Irista
previously known
group.
as Chirper, now known as Y.
That's why. Yeah, there you go. Chirper to Y.
Because that's what you ask yourself every time you open the app.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
And
Yeah.
the
why?
CEO goes,
Why?
"Why not?"
Why not?
That's the name. That's the
Actually,
name of its.
why?
That's the name of its
Real
competitor
quick.
platform.
Yeah, honestly,
Why
my
not?
why is a way better name than X in terms of like decision making, because that is why not. That's a great tagline. You hear that, Elon Musk? I want $1
Yeah, you can
million
even
dollars.
you can even try and spin that as being like we, just by the simple implication, we inspire curiosity and inquisitiveness and people asking questions.
That's true.
Like,
exactly.
why
It's
do I
great.
open this app every day? Why do I bother with this? Why do I care about other
Why do
people's
I bother
opinions?
with these fucking
Why do we
people on
live?
here?
Just to suffer.
Anyways,
Every
well,
day
aside
at
from
arm's
that,
break.
Why
And
why
every
does it hurt
evening.
when I pee? No, I'm kidding.
posting that though, Doku, that would actually elicit a bit of a reaction. Normally whenever you post as OP, as they've been kind of dubbed, they notice very quickly that it's you, and it goes ablaze. And at first it's just internet, like shitty internet lingo. Even though it's a fucking chat room, they're saying bump, bump, bump. They're just getting them all out of the way.
And then it's just like there's that one asshole who's just going sage, sage, sage.
Sage. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
But eventually people actually see what you're posting, and the little documentation about it. And while it's mostly like, that's weird, like the cloud, you do get the crackpots that like probably someone trying to cast a spell. They should know it doesn't work. They probably fucked it all up. Oh, this is the government. They're just hiding the actual magic from us. And while it kind of devolves, eventually you hear, you see some people popping up like, I could have sworn I had a weird dream like that. And while mind you, there's only about 50 people in this group chat. Not many people heard the call and took action, and half of them barely respond. But out of all of them, 2 people admit to having strange dreams like that, and hearing about it is becoming more common. I wouldn't say common, but it's one of those things that people usually don't talk about it, and when they do, as you guys have seen, they don't remember it happening. It's only when prompted by someone else do they remember it actually happening in the first place. So, with that in mind, it does make it harder to track, but people are not completely calling this out as bullshit. If anything, there's some concern, but no, it dies down shortly after. But of those 2, those are the only ones that seem to take that bit seriously. Everyone else is more focused on the cloud. Everyone else is more focused on, let's get this shit done. Now, what about everyone else? What are you all doing with your day before we set off to the mall?
I'm gonna relax and meditate on making chocolate. That's me.
That's there.
I mean, honestly, as far as with how my power set works, this is like I don't have any preparation I need doing. I just need to make sure that I am recovered and I am as relaxed as possible.
I watched the chocolate man make chocolate latte.
Do we get a rest in during all this?
Yes, you guys are getting a full 24 hours to basically
Okay,
recoup,
good.
unwind. You regenerate all your health and stamina, and you should be all
Excellent.
good for the day ahead.
Yeah, because Liam's going to do something very similar. He's also going to meditate. He's definitely going to focus less on the technical aspects of his abilities and try and, I guess, reach a little bit more inside himself.
I see.
Then again, he is probably going to be. I mean, probably during his meditation, he's probably going to be musing on the fact that he is no longer in his organic body.
That is actually fair. In doing that, honestly, and this is something that I would probably say, when you meditate and you focus in on that, this is gonna be weird, but no one else has really done this properly yet. Can you make me a manifestation roll?
Just in general.
Yeah, just a flat manifestation roll, like you'd be
Okay.
making an attack almost.
11d10. Oh wait, hang on. I forgot to do the command. Hang on. Okay, that's one critical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think 8 successes in a crit.
So is that 9 total then, or 10 total? Because of the crit.
Here, let me reroll the crit.
No, it's okay. If
wait.
the crit is a 10, that means
Okay.
then that's 2. So that's
Yeah,
10
okay, so
success.
that's 10. Yeah, 10 successes.
Lord in heaven. Okay, well that is actually the target number that I set for this. I didn't expect you to make it, but of course you did. So where would you say that Liam found a place of peace in? Where, when Liam thinks of his most peaceful place, where is that? Is that his lab? Is that in a ditch? Like where would
Actually,
that have been in life? Yeah.
what I was thinking it would actually be a park somewhere in somewhere in the city, in one of the parklands.
Mm.
Yeah, like somewhere by a bench underneath the street lamp. Somewhere, it's probably at least like it would almost seem like it almost seemed like one of those like liminal space images you see online, where it has this like strangely familiar quality to it, but also it's just very distant. At least in terms of like time.
Mm-hmm.
It has a very timeless aspect to it.
Absolutely.
It seems almost like it's dusk, like it's getting late in the day. And
that is
Liam just finds
fine.
himself like sitting on this bench,
Mhm.
not as mechanical form, mind you, but kind of as who he was before.
There, in this space, it doesn't feel like you're dreaming. It feels like you're there. And while your attempt to delve in and pseudo meditation, for lack of a better term, as you delve into this and you seek deeper meaning, you find yourself at that park on a bench. The birds are chirping. You can feel the sun on your skin again, albeit it's late. Sunset, as I believe you said. But you can feel the air in the wind in your hair. It feels like you're alive again. And in those moments, though fleeting, it may have never felt this clear before that you would make me a perception check real quick, actually.
Will do. Granted, it's not particularly high, but I'll give it a whirl.
It's
That's
okay.
I think that's a 6 and an 8. I think that's 2 successes.
That is 2 successes. I was about to say you don't need much on this
Yeah.
one. You're yeah. You see in this park that while you're alone in this liminal space, out of the corner of your vision, just right at the edge of it, as you sit down and soak in the sun and the smell of nature in your nose, that while you scan the tree line, something is watching you. It locks eyes. It doesn't even necessarily have a form, almost. It's more of an energy, a shape, a silhouette. And as it peers to you, it meets your gaze and then runs behind a tree.
As Liam is sitting there, kind of tilts his head a bit as if to look behind the tree a bit before standing up and kind of walking around as if walking around as if to try and peek behind the tree.
There's nothing there. Not anymore. Getting up, it's gone. But resting on the ground, there's something that drifts almost to your feet as a breeze hits your skin. And almost drifting into your hands is a folded picture. Like an old Polaroid. It's folded in half.
I take this Polaroid, pick it up, look at it, and then with like combination of my index finger and thumb, I open it up.
As your eyes begin to scan this Polaroid, it's blacked out. It's almost as if it isn't developed yet. And as you scan it and see the ink and everything fading away as the photo begins to process, your vision begins to fade just as you see a reflection of your own face. And standing next to you is someone else. But before you can analyze exactly who that is, it's gone, and the vision is gone, and you've returned to your metal cage once again.
Liam just, for a moment, he runs his hand along the back of his head, as if trying to feel at his hair, but then stops. Feels again, and sure enough, no hair. Just out of reflex. As he mutters, of course. Just when it's getting interesting. And he will try and resituate himself to try again, but he probably won't necessarily
I will say your
Yeah,
attempts to dive back into that moment are fleeting and futile. For every feeling that you try to get, it doesn't replicate and it's forced, and then you get frustrated, and then it's like, this is not happening.
Hence why he decides to divert most of his mental energy elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But he will make a mental note of that.
Mm-hmm. Now all we have left, then, I believe, would be Vod, or Ishin rather. Ishin, how do you spend your day as you wait for the inevitable battle with the cloud?
Perhaps in frustrated, albeit somewhat anticipating meditation. There's nothing really I can reflect upon since I haven't fought anyone or anything really. And
that metal beast, I wonder if it would have fought well.
Exactly.
Poor Ishin. I was told there would be a fight, and I've been edged.
Ishin's life so far has just been Street Fighter, but he started off with the bonus car stage and then was told he couldn't do it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh god.
You could look at the bonus cast age, but not touch it.
Oh hey, ooh, these guys they were pretty aggressive. Ooh, they might fight you. Oh, the guns are up, and they stopped. Ooh, the metal monster's coming at you, and it stopped. just, just struggling constantly. That is
Instantly
a-okay.
getting blue balled.
Now, as the day goes by, it's relatively calm, all things considered, which is nice. You all get a day to just relax, lick your wounds, cool off. Everyone's doing their own thing, and eventually even the Lemon Kids are free from the sewers, or rather the sewer, but the laboratory, who have immediately taken, well, for lack of a better term, they've immediately taken to causing chaos. While it's not necessarily in bad spirit, it appears as though in the time that you had been gone, with Billy specifically, having stopped having the dreams and not even remembering them, as he's been mentioned to them before, but because of this, Billy, with seemingly the help of his older sister Millie, has gotten to work on trying to hone what he thinks is a proper power, as some people find him, and Dimian, you would probably smell that he is taken to throwing fire from his hands and hitting anything that he can, in particular the sides of buildings, and spraying fire on one of the trees you grew to see if it would burn.
I'm gonna take a nectar pod out from underneath my cloak. It's I have the chocolate crowns that are now resting hang from a bag on my hip. I'm gonna take the pod and I'm going to throw it and splat it against the side of his head.
Oh, you stupid lemon! I was just testing my magic.
Want a lemon? I'll give you a lemon. I reach under the cloak, I take out a lemon, I beat him.
What is that?
Stop burning shit down, you dumb kid.
Is that what a lemon is?
Yes, that's a lemon. Go ahead, take
That
a
looks
bite.
disgusting. You can eat that?
Yes. Just take a bite right out of it. Promise, it tastes good.
Billy will take this thing, cradle it in his hands, gag upon feeling it, and then and go, I think I'm gonna try it later. I don't like this.
Sure.
I didn't know that they were real.
Yeah,
And I have one.
a spout on a lemon.
He's just pulling out fucking fruit from under his
just-
cape.
That's the nice thing about instant growth with plants and shit. I've never
Do you got any
lacking
strawberries?
some. Yeah, I have to make the vines first. First though, it takes a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a nice thing about magic. But for looking at Billy and going like, it's very nice that you got special powers. Try not to burn the entire place down while you're testing them.
Concrete. I lived in a place like that, and Millie started many of fires in there, and it was no
Okay.
big deal at all.
Okay, yeah, the concrete's fine. The tree though.
Well, I needed to see if it was real fire, if it was like fake magic fire. I don't know how it works.
Well, congratulations, it's real fire. Please stop burning down my trees.
I can throw fire.
Yes, congratulations, you are now the human equivalent of a loaded gun.
I'm gonna go tell Doku that I can throw fire now, and then he goes running off, to which Millie then yells at him and then chases after him. Millie stops midway, turns to me and go, I'm sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. Just keep him out of trouble.
In the distance here. And Millie runs off after her brother.
Mike didn't pick that up.
Oh, you hear?
It didn't.
You cut out again.
God damn it.
Cuts
You
out
hear
every time.
conniving, joyful laughter as he runs off, and you hear him screaming, Doku!
Doku's totally not going to enable him. Ah, boy.
Run.
I'm gonna have to be growing more trees after this.
Yeah.
Boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys. Yeah, normally people use that to justify bad behavior, but right now it's just a child that learned he can shoot fire out of his fingers. This
So
is a
that's
pretty
not. I'm
justifiable
sorry.
thing.
A child starting a child which has the innate ability to conduct arson is not bad behavior.
Oh no, it's bad behavior, but it's understandable behavior. If someone can shoot fire out of their fingers, they're gonna try it.
That's for sure.
But I
That's
understand.
true.
Regardless of that,
This is why I never
the
had
day,
children.
yeah, the day becomes the afternoon, and the afternoon sits around there by the time that I would say your 24 hours are up. If that is when you wish to set off for the mall, then by all means, finish up anything you may have now, because this will be the official start where we will pick up next week as I lay out the scene, because it's going to be pretty combat heavy, and I don't want to completely take up like 40 minutes and then cut it. It's going to probably take up most of the session next time. So
Okay.
if there's anything else before I describe the scene and get you all situated at the mall, speak now or hold your peace for a week.
I want to steal Demian's chocolate.
What?
I am
That
go-
was my
I'm
idea.
gonna shove a lemon
And it
in
looks
Doku's mouth.
He's a frog. He's gonna
I'll
turn
do it
inside
first. I'm
out.
faster than you.
I was
Technically.
actually going to ask. I don't believe out here that we have any milk, do we?
No, probably not. Like
Milk?
Zed, or sorry, is it Zid? It's Z something. Z the farmer, whose name I have written down, but I'm not at my PC at the moment. Did most certainly have animals. He had animals.
I thought you were gonna say he was like a dairymancer or something.
No, he was a farmer who just got completely fucked up and is now demonified. He can't till the field anymore.
In that case, Demian's going to have to like substitute something else in. It's not going to taste quite right, but he can probably make some almond milk. And that should make okay as a substitute. Just
Milk
gross,
those
Milk
almonds.
yeah, grow some almonds,
Yeah.
and squeeze the juice out. That's about it. And he's going to use that as the liquid base to use the ground up chocolate. He's gonna conch it as the final step, and temper, which more or less just means pouring it out on a sterile, even pan and let it set for a second. And thanks to like the whole fact that he is a biokinetic for plants, more or less, he can manipulate the hormones in it to help with the help speed up the process, which is why the fermentation went so quickly.
That's
A
true.
lot of justification to say. Eventually, he creates a sheet of unsweetened chocolate,
Ooh.
which he can then mix with some cane sugar, which will be significantly better than unsweetened. And then once
means
that's
like Minecraft.
once that's hardened, he can just break a piece off and hand it to Primrose.
And then the rest Doku steals.
The rest, Doku gets a cuff around the back of the ear if he doesn't ask nicely.
He's poisoned, but that doesn't matter to Jimmy. Made out
wearing
of
gloves.
leaves. Yeah, he's wearing gloves.
Speaking of which, I heard that frog mucus is actually really good for the skin.
Ew.
People say
Slimy
that
Doku.
about a lot of different
Mucus-based
gelatinous,
things.
mucus-based substances,
The thing is,
and
like-
most of it is bullshit.
Well, the thing is, mucus can be good for the skin because it helps lock in moisture. That's the whole point of mucus, is to protect membranes from drying out. That's why you have so much mucus in your nasal membrane, for instance, and your throat.
Yeah. It's the whole in my element, flourishing, nourished, moisturized, thriving.
Maybe it's her. Maybe it's Maybelline. But yes, like mucus can be good for your skin, the same way that like anything else that is a moisturizer can be good for your skin. Just depends on that. For instance, it's poisoned mucus.
Oh, I mean, I get a choice. I get to choose whether the thing I excrete is actually poisonous. I just
That
have
is
it on
true.
all the time.
Doku does actually not get to be death to the touch
So
poison
is
boy
Doku
anymore.
starting a skincare line now? Is it gonna be called "This Smells Like My Skin"?
No, because that might be a crime.
Frog
That would
musk.
be a
Oh
crime.
god, you and your musk again.
Yeah.
Christ alive.
Frog musk. Anyways, Prim
Odin.
takes
Mask.
the square of chocolate
Odin Hog.
and she goes, "Is this
This
chocolate?"
is the best thing I can make without a kitchen and without proper milk. That is the
She
cocoa
looks at
plant,
it.
ground down and processed to then be mixed and then set into my best approximation at a chocolate bar.
In other words, it's candy. Gimme.
I will break a piece off
Interesting.
and I will hand it to Doku. This is
Thank
going to
you
be
very
shared
much,
by
good sir.
everybody in the base. Everybody needs a mood pick.
Prim is gonna like look at it, turn it over, hold it up to the light, and then she sniffs it, and then she takes a little piece.
Sort of a
bite.
light, sort of coffee-colored, soft, very like buttery to the touch.
She bites, and then she puts the whole square and chews it, and she goes, "This is so good."
And Vivian does actually give a little smile at that. Yeah, so that's I can make more of that in the future to help with both.
I was muted.
Oh, no.
Please do.
Crunch.
I'm going to
Correct.
I'm going to snap a piece off and I'm going to toss it to you as well.
Crunch.
It's delicious. Thank you.
Glad you like it. Until we can get proper resources and we stop living in a hole in the ground, I'm probably not going to be able to make anything proper. But hey, all those years being the barracks cooking boy kind of paid off at the end of it.
It did.
Yeah, mess duty paid off. Hopefully that helps lift people's spirits, especially the children. They probably need it most of all. And I think
Yeah.
what hurts the most right now is a severe lack of hope down here. Little things like a piece of candy can help with that.
Absolutely. Good work, soldier.
Good work, soldier.
Snaps you a crisp kind of off-kilter salute. He's gonna break a piece of the chocolate off and pop it in his own mouth and say, "It's not quite right."
You need to fix that. Well, regardless of that, if there is nothing else from anybody, then it's time to leave. And with that, I can happily set the scene. But does anyone have anything else? Ishin, I guess, is actually the only one aside from everyone else who was Oh, and I guess Liam as well. Liam also
Yeah.
didn't try to rob him. Is
I
there
would
anything
also-
else,
Yeah.
or
I
are
would
you
like
ready to go and fight a cloud?
I would like to say that I now have landed on what Demian's transcendent ability will be. It will be the chocolate factory.
I see. The chocolate.
Oh no. Taco beam.
Eh,
Oh,
Oh,
God.
bean.
Let's start
You
pulling a
told
Majin
people
Buu on
chocolate
everyone.
beans. Oh my god.
I'll have my own powers of summoning. I shall summon Augustus Gloop.
Oh god.
It's alive.
Anyway, please.
Anyways, yeah.
Please
Ishin,
continue with setting
Liam,
the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ishin,
please
Liam,
continue
is
so I
there
can go to
anything
the
your
dinner.
day or- Yeah, Ishin, Liam, is that all for you guys as well before I set the scene of what will be the beginning of next week?
Yes.
Okay.
Or, well, for Liam, he's going to wrap up the rest of his meditation by thinking on some scheme. Yes, some schematics that could potentially help out in the battle ahead. One of which he's going to recall his days as a combat engineer, potentially doing repairs and things like that. Yeah, potentially doing repairs and things like that on, say, anti-aircraft batteries.
I
Whoa.
see.
Yes.
Well, you know what? I guess if there's one way to kill a cloud, it's by manifesting anti-air guns to shoot at the sky. So you know what? I can't fault you for that.
Don't worry. Don't worry for Liam. They're multi-purpose.
That's fair. With that,
What are they also like toasters or something?
I mean, you could cook things on those barrels, but
Mhm. See,
Oh,
people-
I'll be
I have
I'll be
seen-
cooking something, all right. You.
I've seen people
Yes,
wrap.
my gun and also panini press.
I have seen people wrap bacon around the barrels of LMGs and cook it
I've
like that.
seen that.
Yeah, the only difference
Yeah.
is that he would have to wrap mined bacon around the mined gun for it to cook the mined bacon, and then no one could eat it
As I
because it
shoot
is not.
my mind
It's brain
bullets.
food.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's food for the
Smart
brain.
food.
Also, yes,
Anyways.
clown, cloud, same part of the dictionary. Also, both are kind of puffy and deflate when you
That's
see
true. That's true. Well then, with that and these antics aside,
them.
this is a perfect setup. Loading up into your. What are we taking? Are we taking the van? Are we taking the armored vehicle? What are we taking? I assume the armored vehicle, but I can never tell.
I think the armored vehicle is probably best. The van needs.
The van is pretty. The van that was welded together after it got torn to shit. So yeah, it definitely might need some work. With the van out of commission, climbing into the armored death trap as that almost ran over Ishin and in an earlier time did almost run over Dimian. The group runs in with Valjean in the front seat, having come out of his demiplane, and climbing in and going, driving along eastbound to this mall. You were given directions by Jesse, at least the general direction, though it's not necessarily hard to figure out where you're going. This cloud is very centralized on this location. As you get closer, there are some notable changes that you can feel immediately just by entering. Drawing closer to the cloud, it takes only about a couple hours to get there, like an hour and a half at most. But that's mainly because, not of the distance, but because of how difficult it is to navigate this area now that there's almost no solid infrastructure. Not that there really was to begin with in the Undercity, but I digress. As you draw within distance, you realize that this cloud that has formed is definitely a storm of some kind. There is sparking, crackling lightning dancing within the clouds. There's no rain, but there's an energy, and you can see it. And seemingly anyone who could got away as soon as they possibly could. You don't see people as you get within 10, 15 minutes of this thing. And as you're upon it, you can finally gaze upon what drove these people out. It's dark, it's gloomy, and Ishin, do you... I probably won't even make you. Everybody but Ishin, I need a perception from.
Oh.
Ishin, you would know this, so there's no reason not to make you do it. It would be dumb if you failed.
I got 2 5s, so I think those are
Oh!
successes.
Yeah, that's a
Oh
double
no!
roll.
I
Okay.
got
Actually,
one success.
that is
Let's
unfortunate.
see. I think it's E10. Up caps locked. Fuck that.
I'm still lost in the sauce from the chocolate.
It's a sudden rush of endorphins that Primrose has never had before.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I ain't succeeded nothing.
Literally like the fucking women in the chocolate commercials.
Oh god.
I don't see shit.
That's fair.
Perception.
Doku, I
Six.
did miss your roll.
5 successes, 1 crit, so it's a total of 6 successes.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
what I
that's
was supposed
good.
to roll?
I need a perception out of you again.
Oh, okay. Uh, 2 successes, 1 crit, so it's 3 successes.
Not bad. Okay. For everybody but Dimian and Ishin, it definitely feels like you're driving through a storm. There's that, almost like that feeling that your hair is standing up on end when there's that electricity in the air. And it's very, very cold. You can see your breath. Even within the car, you can feel it. The radio no longer works if you had it on to begin with. Dimian, you can see specifically that even the gauges on the car itself are malfunctioning as you go in, but more importantly, there is a very strong, familiar feeling. You're a knight, and you know the feeling of being surrounded by them, especially one of the pillar knights who you may have served under. There's that thick, oppressive black spot that is seemingly just focusing in everything. Just highly concentrated magic. When magic was a thing, you gain that same presence. It's permeating the air. It's strong, it's overwhelming, and you can't shake that smell of just raw, unbridled electricity as it hits your nose. If magic had a
Genesis
smell,
musk.
it would be that. Yeah, Genesis musk.
Take my hand cannon and I
magic.
shoot
Yeah.
arrows.
Yeah, okay, good, understandable.
I
Alright.
dodge.
Okay, cool. She poofs.
You ever see
old...
on? Can't dodge. Aha. Anyway, please go back to setting up the scene.
No, it's
Our
completely fine.
stupid like playground roleplay aside.
Yeah.
Maybe the bitch berry.
Admittedly, I hate to say this, but she's not wrong. The smell of magical Genesis is strong here, and no matter what it is, you cannot shake it. Ishin, this reminds you of your trial. You were one of the last people in your clan to enter the Abyss when the Oni trials were undergoing, to hunt down one of the demons that lived there, to claim yourself as a warrior. But just a few years ago, not even, well, actually, no, it would have been a few years ago, the storm that existed in the Abyss, the wound in the Abyss that ever permeated it, ever crackled in the sky above the Abyss and what this old city of Foundation used to be, vanished. And along with it, the demons no longer fought. They were passive. They didn't move. They simply watched the sky, or the ceiling rather, that had been carved out for them, raising their hands in reverence and completely stationary and idle. For the first time since those days in your trial, when you underwent that trial and slew a demon, you feel like you're back there again. This storm feels like the wound. This place feels like you're under that oppressive, dark energy. And as you draw closer and closer, diving eventually in and driving through that wall, it feels like you're there. It's cold, it's oppressive, it's dark, and it feels like there are eyes on you from all sides, that you are surrounded by enemies that you cannot see. Laughing at that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I was about to say Ishin is literally home. Well, not literally, but he's basically home.
Yeah, no,
Feels like
consider
home.
this Kaku fucking in character. I'm having the time of my life again.
Actually, I'm
Home
gonna
sweet
dip here.
home.
So I'm gonna dip here so I can go get dinner. So
That's totally fine. That's actually literally where we're about to wrap up.
all right, yeah, cool.
I will see you next Sunday. Yep, there we go.
There we go. Yeah, that's
Now with Ishin laughing in the car.
Dimian is sweating.
Yeah, which is terrifying because it's freezing.
Yeah, a literal
Rose is
cold
just
sweat.
reveling in the chocolate.
This is he's gonna say this is like being back at boot camp.
This is like being back at home.
Temperatures
What?
temperatures are very steadily dropping.
Chocolate.
So you have faced the abyss, I see.
Oh no, I haven't.
Oh,
This is-
oh, you're in for something then.
I thought this might be abyssal in nature, but there's a lot of magical genesis in the air. This feels like being surrounded by, this feels like being back in the night barracks, surrounded by just batteries of magical genesis.
Genesis can be measured by root gun counters. I imagine the count would be very high in this area.
It would be saturated. Whatever's creating that cloud is producing a lot of magical genesis, and it is saturating the area with it.
Eagerly gripping the sheaves of his blade, he simply exclaims, "Now killing a cloud has become even more exciting."
Glad you're having a good time.
Well, at least someone's having a good time.
And yeah, I think that's a good place to leave off then.
I completely agree. As you roll up, you eventually
Just
diving
slumber.
dark. Yeah. As you drive dark, yet darker into this abyss, you inevitably come across what could be called the eye of the storm. Complete and total stillness as you enter an abandoned parking lot and a massive 2-story mall. Dilapidated, reinforced, and completely devoid of life. You've made it. You're here. And next time, we get to exactly what's going on, as the first thing you hear as your feet touch the ground is a horrifying hiss, and in the distance, a very angry and pained howl.
Liam will recount a passage from an old poet's works. Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting.
That's freaking horrifying. Who would write that?
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
I want to go back
And-
to bed. Just slumps over in his booster seat.
And what a good way to pause. All right, everybody. Yeah, I expected to get to the combat today, but one, I also really wanted Valjean to be here for that, and I know that he couldn't. And also, I wanted to take the center stage. Yeah, I expect combat to take pretty much all of next session. It is a 3-floor encounter, and I'm very excited to actually get to see how the system works on a battle map. Well, I guess I did once, but that was the alpha when it was a complete kerfuckle. So, I will look forward to that. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for having a fair bit of roleplay. And next Sunday, we will get to climbing into the beginning of the first proper arc of this series, and I'm very excited. So, thank you all. That is everything I have. Yeah, I'm very true. You all, just for the sake of it, for poor Doku's sake, you gain 10 XP for wrapping that up. So Doku is
Yay.
fucking
And Grim sends us off with a
Doku's
self-care. So,
as he
yes.
often does. Very good. Thank you, buddy.
It's always a good way to bookend things. So yes, give it a stretch. Say goodnight. See you guys hopefully next week. Bye-bye.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Not bad.
I now have
Really?
9 XP remaining.